What's up, Taiwan? I'm Sanichi with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. A road safety group that's campaigning to bring pedestrian deaths in the country down to zero is taking aim at road design. The alliance says bad design is to blame for many accidents. Jeremy Olivier reports.
This busy street in central Taipei is just one of many where cars and scooters and people on foot all share the same space. Now, Taiwan is known as one of the safest countries in the world, but it's also got a growing reputation for its dangerous roads. It's especially true for pedestrians. Over 600 people died after being hit on Taiwan's streets last year. It's a big jump from previous years. Now, a lot of this has to do with poor enforcement of traffic safety rules, something the government is trying to improve with new laws and steeper fines on drivers. But another issue are Taiwan's sidewalks and other pedestrian walkways. Now, these are often inconsistent, they're poorly kept, or they're used for purposes other than walking. But a new alliance of traffic safety groups is trying to bring awareness to this problem in Taiwan. They've got a list of demands, and that includes improving Taiwan's pedestrian areas. They say road design here has actually gotten worse over the past few decades.
在民国80年代的道路，甚至是比较好的规划，就是还有实体的人行道，还有路缘，还有右转的车道。但是到同一个地方、同一个地图，现在的图纸资料库它反而是没有的。
The group says it wants to push for more people-oriented transportation. That means giving pedestrians more safe spaces to walk. With so many of Taiwan's streets, like this one, geared toward drivers, they may have a long road ahead before they can reach their goal of zero pedestrian deaths. John Su and Jeremy Olivier in Taipei for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's legislature is set to consider changing reproductive laws after the Lunar New Year. Current laws restrict access to some methods of reproduction, including surrogacy. It was one of the topics raised during Taiwan's January elections, but a recent study found that 80% of the public are against legalization.
社会上对于代理孕母这件事情还是有许多不同的看法。以这一次的选举的过程当中，那各个政党其实就是说对于代理孕母的态度也都不尽相同。这一个议题显然社会的共识还有一段距离。
Environmental groups are calling on the government to promote reusable products after finding alarming amounts of plastic washed up on Taiwan's beaches.
用一次性的塑胶用品，减少塑胶使用也是很重要的。所以我们觉得政府跟企业应该要加快呢，去发展这种重复使用的商品，那让这个塑胶可以真正的去减少，那保护我们的生态。
It comes after volunteers collected and categorized garbage found on Taiwan's east coast last year. They found that most of the waste was bottle caps and plastic bottles, but there were also lots of straws, cigarette butts, and fishing gear. Environmental advocates say plastic waste is dangerous because it breaks down into microplastic and can impact humans through the food chain. Tourists coming to Taiwan ahead of the Lunar New Year will get to take a special decoration home with them. Tiffany Wong reports.
Happy New Year! Greeting travelers with well wishes for Lunar New Year. For the first time in 4 years, Taiwan's largest international airport is holding a special spring festival event, teaching new arrivals the art of calligraphy.
It's my first time, and I'm very happy to have this.
Meant to bring good luck and prosperity, these decorations can be found on many buildings in Taiwan. Now, travelers can take a piece of that tradition with them into the new year.
希望所有的旅客都能够享受到这个体验到写书法的快乐。毛笔拿起来的话，你知道写的字怎么看都怎么好看啊！那尤其春联挂在你的家，你的家就跟人家不一样。
And with the help of these masters, these first-time calligraphers will surely have a show-stopping piece to bless their homes, wherever that may be. Alex Chen and Tiffany Wong for TaiwanPlus.
A rare species of endangered fish is being bred by a facility in Tasmania. We take a look.
An odd-looking fellow crawling around on its fence. This is the endangered Tasmanian Red Handfish, a species at threat of extinction. There are only about 100 of them left in the wild. And to help save the species from dying out, many of them have been housed at breeding facilities in Tasmania to protect them from summer heat waves. But it's not an easy fish to breed. So the birth of 21 of them here at the Institute for Marine and Antarctic Studies is a big success.
It's a major event for us, so that's only the second time that we've been able to breed this species in captivity.
These baby fish are only 8 millimeters long and still growing. They'll stay at the facility for 2 years to mature and then be released into the wild. During this time, they'll be taught how to survive in the outside world.
It's really about trying to make them street smart, so starting with kind of simple increases in habitat complexity and increasing that, and then adding other species that they're likely to come across in the wild as well.
The fish can only be found in 2 places around Tasmania, but its habitats there are also threatened.
It's largely driven by overabundant native sea urchins that are just overgrazing the seaweed that the red handfish need to survive in. And that's driven by removal of rock lobsters, which are the urchin predators.
Staff at the centre say these habitats need to be protected and managed to ensure the handfish can survive. They hope the fish and the environment will be strong enough to ensure another generation can be brought into the world. Luffy Lee and Sandy Chi for TaiwanPlus.
An entrepreneur is turning waste into power for the West African country of Benin. The plan gives the country much-needed electricity without using fossil fuels. John Van Triest has the story.
This woman is part of an energy transition underway in the West African country of Benin. The scraps from the meal she's preparing will help power the entire community. It's all thanks to a company called Benin Biogas that's bringing electricity to a growing part of the country without the need for fossil fuels. Founder Enoch Nyana recalls his grandmother's struggles to collect wood for fuel, the power outages that plagued his student days, and the fateful moment that inspired him to change things.
C'est comme ça, un soir, j'étais en train de préparer et puis, par inadvertance, la bougie que j'utilisais à la cuisine est tombée dans ma poubelle. Et ça a pris feu. Donc quand ça a pris feu, je me suis dit, mais ça c'est quoi ça? Donc je me suis intéressé à cela en échangeant avec mon professeur de chimie de l'environnement. Et c'est là qu'il me dit que c'est le biogaz.
Biogas is methane-rich fuel created when organic waste, like food scraps, decomposes. Benin Biogas has recreated Nyana's kitchen accident on a much bigger scale across a growing number of communities, building massive underground tanks where local people's waste can turn into large amounts of biogas. Hundreds of households and over a dozen farms are on board, supplying their waste and getting power in return. In some cases, the tanks create enough gas to provide customers with 24-hour off-grid electricity.
Tout ce qui est déchets issus de l'élevage et issus de la transformation seront récupérés pour produire du gaz dans la logique de pouvoir alimenter les fours, les foyers pour les cuissons, les torréfactions, mais aussi produire de l'électricité.
The company also composts waste into quality fertilizer, breaking local farmers' reliance on pricey, less than eco-friendly imports. Nyana says the transition from fossil fuels still needs time, but he sees a brighter future for his country's power and agriculture sectors thanks to the movement he started.
Et en installant ces centrales délocalisées, décentralisées dans les communautés, on va se rendre compte qu'à un moment donné, on aura une qualité de vie améliorée. Un milieu totalement assaini. Et le problème lié au challenge de la disponibilité des fertilisants aujourd'hui va être aussi résolu.
It's local initiatives like this that are spreading access to electricity while limiting the environmental impact of the world's ever greater demand for power. James Lin and John Van Triest for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website or follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, check out these Orthodox Christian Serbs celebrating Epiphany by swimming in a lake in Kosovo. I'm Sandy Chi. Take care and see you next time.